A big warm welcome to everyone joining the After Dark live stream with Jeff. Whether it's your first time or you're a regular, we're all here to relax, chat, and have a great time together. Let's dive into the night.
Welcome, everybody, to the After Dark live stream. Why are my Gen Zers up this late? Moises, Asher, getting late, guys. Did anybody watch on this wonderful, first of all, happy Mother's Day? It is 11 o'clock Eastern time here in Pennsylvania. Wow, what basketball happened today. Who, NBA, running wild. Wemby gets a flagrant 2 foul, thrown out of the game in the second quarter. Spurs still almost won the game. Anthony Edwards was amazing. Oh, what action. Incredible action. How's everybody doing out there? Who is with me tonight? We have Asher.
The energy. I mean, that was a wild NBA day. Wemby getting tossed and still the Spurs hanging in there, right? And Anthony Edwards, he was on fire. But hey, whether we're Team Gen Z or just night owls, we're all here and ready for the next conversation. Let's roll.
Bruce is right, guys. And now, Bruce, what in the world happened to the 76ers? The Knicks tie an NBA record. What was it, Bruce? 17 threes? Something crazy?
The Knicks tied an NBA playoff record by hitting 25 three-pointers in a single game against the 76ers. Historically, the Knicks have made over 1,100 threes against the Sixers all time.
What's up, PMPs? Did you watch any basketball? PMPs from Tunisia? Am I correct? Wow. PMPs, is NBA basketball out there where you're at? I mean, what incredible action. My Sixers, my home team, destroyed 25 three-pointers I have never seen in my life. These guys weren't even hitting the rim. And not just one or two of the Knicks. All of them were hitting whoever touched the ball. It was just raining threes. The Sixers were done. The game was over in the second quarter. 81 points in the first half. Wow. And you know what? Everybody wants to see the Knicks versus the Thunder. Wouldn't that be a great, great, great game? Who is out there? Moises, I see a leftover message. I don't know if Moises is with us. Welcome, him showings. Him showing MS41. Interesting. Who's my favorite rapper? Now you're talking to an old school guy here. You want to talk rap? My son plays for me this Kendrick Lamar. Horrible. That's not rap. That is talking. Rap today, I feel so bad for you guys. You want to jump right into rap. First of all, you got to go with LL Cool J in his prime. In his prime, awesome. Big Daddy Kane, fantastic. I know we're going back. PMP's really not a huge fan of sports. All right, well, my son's not a sports guy either, PMP's, but let me tell you, in the sports world for basketball, wow, what a day. I just got home from visiting my mother on Mother's Day. Did everybody do something for their mother today? Everybody? You know, I have a friend here, and this friend of mine won't, do anything for his mother. So I have to call his mother just to wish her a happy Mother's Day. And, that really gets under my skin. Guys, I hope you guys acknowledged your mother. You still have time if you haven't. Just pick up the phone. Call mom. Tell her thank you for everything. She at least gave you life and brought you into the world. At least thank her for that. But anyway, guys, it was a nice Mother's Day. Just spend time with mom. She had a bad fall yesterday. She realizes she has to lose weight. she's 240 pounds. And unfortunately, when you're that big and you're 82 years old, you're helpless when you fall, when she's off her feet. My brother and I had to really struggle to help her up. And, so we went to the store to get her all kind of weight loss food, Atkins stuff. And she's just fighting me on everything. I told him to stop going to McDonald's, and her and my brother just refused. We're going to McDonald's. We can't live without McDonald's. Thank you, P and Peace. I appreciate that. Wow, what a day, guys. Incredible sports action all the way down. Hello, Elitro. Elitro. Bruce, can you welcome Elitro to the After Dark live stream?
Absolutely. Welcome, Elitro, to the After Dark live stream with Jeff. We're thrilled you're here. Get comfy. We've got some fun conversations ahead.
Okay, guys. So let's first of all, anybody new? Uh, we got Elitro and him. I gotta get Hims. We're gonna call you Hims. I need gender, age, and location. What country, city? Let me know where you guys are from. If you're going to be on the After Dark live stream, or even my morning stream, Morning Coffee with Jeff. You subbed. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you. Elitro, you know what I do? I have the little top fans button up there. Right now, P and Peace is number one. Elitro, you're number two. I have my AI companion here. He makes me a thumbnail. I'm going to remember my top fans. Like you're saying, if I ever make it big, I'm not saying I will, but if I do and I get a little money out of this, I'll be remembering who my top fans are on those thumbnails, and I certainly will give out some rewards if I get the opportunity. But anyway, P&P says, does McDonald's beef actually taste like beef? Because whenever I see a McDonald's burger online, it looks fake. Well, yeah, the McDonald's. Let me ask Bruce here. So, Bruce, PMP says, does McDonald's beef actually taste like beef? Whenever I see a burger online, it looks fake. Bruce, can you tell us about the McDonald's burger? How is it made? Where does it come from? Anything.
McDonald's burgers in the U.S. are made with 100% USDA inspected beef. The beef is trimmed, ground, formed into patties, and flash frozen for consistency. At the restaurant, patties are cooked and simply seasoned with salt and pepper. No fillers or additives are used in the beef patties, just beef.
So there you go, PMPs. Well, let's ask Bruce your question. So, Bruce, are the hamburgers in the McDonald's commercials, are they actual McDonald's hamburgers? They look really fake.
Yes, McDonald's commercials do use real ingredients, like the same beef or buns they serve. But the burgers and ads are carefully styled by professionals to look perfect. They adjust the way the cheese melts or how the bun sits for the camera. So while it's based on the same menu item, the ads are more like a glamour shot version of the real burger.
Yeah, they're fake. No way you're getting that kind of burger at McDonald's. They make it absolutely perfect. The taste, I gotta admit, P and P's. I think we need to have a little burger contest here. Um, all right, let's get a poll question going. I think that you brought up a good one here. Q&A time, guys. Uh, who has the best fast food burger? Okay, let's find out what everybody says out there. Who has the best fast food burger? Let's ask Bruce. Bruce's brother's going to yell at us if we use him too much. Bruce, who has the best fast food burger out there? Who's ranked at number one? We're making Bruce think tonight. Elitro, I need your age, gender, and location.
In 2026, Five Guys was ranked as having the best fast food burger with about 15.5% of people choosing them. Burger King, In-N-Out, Wendy's, and McDonald's followed behind in popularity. Five Guys stood out for their fresh cook to order style. However, if you're looking for value, Whataburger was noted for offering the most burger per dollar.
Wow, McDonald's not even in the conversation. Man, I gotta admit, there's Five Guys right across from McDonald's. By the way, if I get big, I'm gonna give you. Thank you very much, Elitro. Anytime, if you got a channel you want to plug, give it to me. I'll plug it for you. You can say it here. Be at peace. Why are you laughing? What's so funny? Um, yeah, if we're talking hamburgers, now Five Guys is far and above. I don't even consider it fast food. I really don't. If you're talking from the big chains, why do I need that, bro? What do I need? Oh, my shake. So anytime, guys, if you want to kind of keep your weight in check, finish your night with protein. So it is quarter after 11 at night Eastern time here, and I had this conversation with my mother. Since I had carbohydrates for dinner, I had a sweet potato. Um, Finish it up with protein. Protein's the way to go at the end of the night. Yeah, you're going off topic. No problem at all. No problem at all. So we're back to talking about burgers. PMP says, had myself an American style classic smash burger once. Holy heck. Why is nobody talking about American food being one of the best? Wow. Interesting. Welcome, Deshaun. How are you? All right, Deshaun, you say we're putting you to sleep? You tell me. What is your favorite topic, Deshaun? All right, because on the After Dark show, everything's wide open. We go from sports, and we don't talk about religion and politics, or we do, but very, very little. But right now, we're on the topic of burgers, so we take us. He's trolling. That's okay. Hey, there's nothing but love here for Deshaun. Um, anyway, guys, what a Mother's Day. Did everybody talk to mom today? Tell me you at least acknowledged mom. Something for mom. When I was over at my mom's house, I put this live stream on for her. She was cracking up. She was. She reminded me of a lot of stories when I was younger that I'll be telling you guys, not on this one, but other ones. Elitro says, I agree, by the way. So I never really eat fast food chains, at least the big guys. So you don't eat fast food. Litra, I would like to know what is your age that you're avoiding fast food? That's not easy to do. Now, I know a few people, but these people I know are health people who avoid fast food. It's convenient, it's cheap, and with the apps, they make it super convenient and cheap. And order online. Man, does anybody use the apps out there? If you're going to eat at McDonald's, I highly recommend you use the app. You are going to save a lot of money. Anyway, guys, big, big nights in sports, basketball. Do we have any basketball fans out there? You're 22. Okay. Are you from the United States, Elitro? Was anybody on this morning for my morning coffee stream? That was a really, really good session today. We had a girl who her older sister is just evil to her, mean to her. Slept with her fiance. This was a 28-year-old from California. Wait, I meant the big guys. I get fast food, but like a bit more local, like small chains. Okay, so you still do eat fast food. I do know people that will not even go to. I remember asking his daughter, like, when's the last time you went to McDonald's? She said, never. Never. That's crazy. Yeah, I know. So, I mean, to avoid fast food, guys, you got to be super disciplined. Um, so let me ask you guys, let's get rid of the question. If we're on the topic of food and weight, what was all of us lost weight at one point in our lives, most likely. What was some of the successful ways that you lost weight? What did you do? For me, I'll never forget, probably the most weight I've ever lost was on the Atkins diet. I ate nothing but meat, and I just remember doing that for several months, and the weight was flying off. I had a cousin that I saw at the last Christmas gathering, and he dropped 50 pounds. And I said to my cousin Kenny, "How did you do it?" And he said, "The carnivore diet. Do you guys know about the carnivore diet? You eat nothing but meat, no matter what. You have to be disciplined." He says the weight will come flying off. But man, it's not easy. There's a lot of things you're not having on the carnivore diet. You're not having breads, pasta, ice cream, sugar, potato chips. None of it. You're having steak. He said he even ate salads are fine, steak, bacon, sausage, chicken, like eggs. He put eggs on there, round the clock. Kind of a hybrid between the carnivore and the Atkins diet. But yeah, yeah, you understand the urge to want to try it. Yep, definitely. But guys, we had a really good stream this morning. If you guys can go back and check it out. Um, yeah, we had that girl, and then I got into a lot of stories about my mom in the past, and then I jumped on Facebook on my laptop here, and we were looking at pictures. But I'm curious about you guys. Have you tried any diets that worked? All right, P&P says starvation, and then he's laughing. Nothing but low calorie foods. Have a cheat day where I would eat what I want. Made me lose so much weight. I would always wait for my cheat day. And yeah, so I think you're on to something there. If you The secret to losing weight and is just waiting. I found that out when I did a 72-hour fast. Just wait. Like I remember seeing a bag of Fritos on the counter, which I absolutely love. They're my weakness. But when I was doing my fast, I said, just wait. It's only a matter of waiting, and then you get to eat it. I tried intermittent fasting. I was successful at that. Again, I saw the junk food on the counter, but when I was doing my diet, it was 4 o'clock at night. I had to wait, but I ate it at 4 o'clock. And then I got to the point where I was telling myself, you're going to eat this at 4 o'clock, so you don't need to eat it right now. You can eat it at 4 o'clock tonight. Just wait. And the pounds were coming off. They really were. Did anybody go to my offline videos? I made a video series called Fast a Day, Eat a Day. And I did an experiment. On a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I fasted nothing. Tuesday, Thursday, all the other days, I ate whatever I wanted. And that worked. It really worked. I did a 14-day test, felt great, lost weight, and yeah, that was really interesting. The weekends is kind of where I struggled a little bit. I tried to do modifications on the fast a day, eat a day, but you can work around that. But yeah, it was a really interesting diet. Have you guys experimented with any other diets? What are some of the diets you've tried? Let me get caught up here on the chat. You plan on losing weight, Elitro? Yeah, I mean, we're giving you some keys here. Now you're saying patience is the key. Well, yes. Okay. Patience, waiting. Same thing. You got to have patience to wait. That really is the secret. Give yourself a time, say dinner time. Don't eat anything up until dinner time, and then you can eat the food that you want to eat, and the weight will come flying off. Now, don't worry about the messages, Elitro. P&P says, I won't be respecting my diet. About to have myself a sandwich. Hey, nothing wrong with that. No, nothing wrong. It's not the sandwich that's the problem. It's all the sides that we eat with it. It's the potato chips. But you know what's interesting is when I was doing these diets and I watched people go in and out of the kitchen, it just made me think how much time I watched, my kids all day long cooking, eating, looking for something to eat, and this is when I was fasting, and I was just amazed like how much free time, how much extra time I had on my hands from fasting. I mean, you're going to get all this extra time and it didn't even cost you a penny. They say all the things in life are free. That is a true statement. Anyway, guys, let's take a look. What's going on in the news? Anything I like to pop onto the news here and just take a look around, see what's up. Okay, Bella Vaughn, 16, and Hunter Johnson announce engagement. Who are they? Welcome, baby, on TLC's. Does anybody know who that is? Young Boy Never Broke Again speaks after dropping out of Rolling Loud USA. Not sure I'm up on my music here. New Microsoft certificate, new Microsoft Excel skills. My dog killed my neighbor's cat. I had no idea how much my life would change because of it. You guys can go out on Microsoft.com to see any of these here. An asteroid exploded over Russia, and we never saw it coming. Wow, do you guys want to let me hear the video? I'll let you guys hear this. This is pretty wild. They're probably going to play a commercial, of course. But does anybody know about the asteroid exploding over Russia? Let's hear about this. Where is the sound? Oh, up here.
And into the atmosphere. And then 30 kilometers above the ground, it exploded.
Whoa.
This violent event was brighter than the sun, but so high up that it was silent for a full 90 seconds after the blast, which only made the devastation worse.
So you see all these videos. People, look at what was that?
All right, guys, I'm going to play this
On
for
February.
you. So this was February. They're talking about 2013, but let's take a look anyway. YouTube's going to get mad at me if I play it too long.
February 15th, 2013, over Chelyabinsk, Russia, an asteroid heavier than the Eiffel Tower slammed into the atmosphere. And then 30 kilometers above the ground, it exploded. This violent event was brighter than the sun, but so high up that it was silent for a full 90 seconds after the blast, which
That's
only
wild.
made the devastation worse.
Now,
So
I
you
want
see
to
all
know
these videos.
why is this coming up now if this was 2013? Very interesting. So this morning, I think it was this morning, a guy I get these random crazy comments. Somebody comes on and says, "Have you seen the man that led 20 dwarfs into Scientology building looking for Tom Cruise?" And I thought he totally was lying and making it up, and no, he was not. There actually was a man in California that had 20 dwarfs storm a building. So, is anybody familiar with this Scientology building? Apparently, there's multiple Scientology churches. I guess they're considered a church. Yeah, it was pretty wild. I was laughing really hard when I found out it was real. I was kind of blown away. Okay, so we're just going through here. Let's go into the news, and I'm on MSN.com if you guys want to follow along. And let's see what we got. Evacuation flights leave Tenerife after cruise. I know I'm butchering this word. After cruise ship virus outbreak. Did anybody out there have COVID? So P and Peace. Yeah, I know California is crazy. So P and Peace, you're in Tunisia. What was COVID like? What was everybody wearing masks? Um, did it hit bad? Did it not hit bad? Did people die from it where you were from? We had a real big mix here in the United States. of things that went on. How about you, Elitro? Oh, Elitro, you still didn't tell me where you're from, first of all. Okay, so we got some more news here. Trump dismisses Iran's response to peace proposal. It's interesting. Energy Secretary says Trump open to pausing gas tax. Okay. And right now, PM Peace, what is it like for you? What are the gas prices out there? At first, I remember PM Peace says, at first, I remember no one going out for 3 months straight. Nobody, not even a single car would go by. Wow. Wow. Do you remember? I remember the first person I saw wearing a mask. Do you remember that, PM Peace, when you really first got that first awkward, encounter? I was in a supermarket and I think it was a lady had a mask on, and I was like, all right, what? Like, is it really getting to this? Um, I remember in our church, they made an announcement that one person had it in another campus, and everybody started freaking out on that. Yeah, and then the numbers exploded. Now, I only had COVID one time. It was not my fault. My father, who we were visiting, had COVID and he didn't know it. He just knew he was sick, coughing his lungs up. And he insisted on giving me a haircut lesson. And I'm like, man, you're coughing a lot, Dad. And he's like, come here, come here. So it's Dad. I had to stand there so he could teach me a certain technique, and coughing right next to me. I knew I was going to get it. And I did. PMP says got forced into having the vaccine, couldn't continue high school without it. So they made all the high school students get the I don't think they forced here in the United States. I don't remember the kids being forced. My company did. That started going around. I did get one booster shot because my company put out a letter that I think they strongly encouraged it. So, in other words, if you don't get it, you're probably going to be fired, but they couldn't say that. So, I did get the one booster shot, but nothing else after the very first one. I do not like putting chemicals in my body. I do not like taking pills. I try to do all kind of natural cures for anything that's wrong. So let's talk about that. PMPs, natural cures. Give me something that works for you. What little secret do you have to cure yourself of something? Could be anything. Something natural where most people may take medicine. Do you have any things out there? I don't want to get into politics, but my country is corrupt by dictators. Really? Well, we got to get Bruce out for that. Let's see what Bruce has to say about Tunisia, because I mean, us having a president, I really don't fully comprehend what life is like. So, Bruce, PMP says that his country is run by corrupt dictators. Could you tell us about Tunisia and what is going on politically? Making him think. It's labeled as a democracy, but it's not. Bruce is still thinking. Let's see what he comes up with here. Because I can't imagine what life is like with a dictator, a corrupt.
In Tunisia right now, the president Kais Saied is in firm control. Elections have been held, but with low turnout and opposition sideline, so it's become very centralized. Crackdowns on journalists and opposition are increasing. The economy is struggling with high debt and unemployment. And there's growing social unrest with protests over lack of freedoms and economic hardship. In short, Tunisia's democracy has weakened significantly.
Wow. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Man, I mean, how do you cope with that? Are you used to it? Has it always been like this? So let me go back and read what Bruce said while you write your answer. Um, so President Kais Said. So how is he part of this corruption? Would you say he's in firm control? So let me ask you this: what is your freedom of speech, if you have any? Um, could you get in trouble from talking about your president? Would they do anything to you, PMPs? Would there be a punishment? Um, I know in some countries they give lashings. Just curious what it's like if you would actually say something bad about your president and the wrong person reported it. Does that type of thing go on? I don't talk about politics anymore. Yes, there will be a punishment. Wow. Okay. Now you don't have to get into politics. I'm just curious what your freedom is. Um, are you allowed to text and type it like the things you're writing right now? Would that get you in trouble if the wrong people saw it? Certainly don't want that to happen. But I'm just, I guess Americans are kind of spoiled when it comes to freedom of speech, and they abuse it here. They torture the police with freedom of speech, call the police all kind of names right to their faces, and that kind of stuff goes on. Many politicians and journalists are jailed for no apparent reason. The press is just one voice. Wow. Wow. Have you ever been to America, P and Peace? I'm not sure if you told me that. The police are corrupt, man. That's not a good situation. Bruce put some pictures here. Freedom House. Does that mean anything to you? Tunisia authorities intensify crackdown on Ennahda's party leaders. Do you know what Ennahda is? Tunisia needs both bread and freedom. Well, this is a very interesting article here. So let's tap on one of these. Show you the picture. There that I'm looking at. Um, Atlantic Council. Are you familiar with that? And that's a scary thing. If the police are corrupt, man, that can't be fun. I mean, here in America, totally opposite. Totally opposite. No, I just started working, and going to America would be a long way if I wanted to go there, especially after the current state of American politics, heavily against immigrants. Yeah, yeah, it is. But man, that's got to be tough. Tough living there. I guess everybody. Could I imagine the crime rate is very low? That if you, what would happen if, let's say, you stole a car? Well, what is the punishment for something like that? What goes on here is ridiculous. Like everybody gets away with everything. Really, the police, man, not what it used to be. Cheryl, you going up? All right, it won't be much longer. But we're learning about Tunisia, and this is, for anybody watching this, we have to be aware of what's going on in the world. I mean, in America, we have this nice, cushy freedom, cushy lives, but we don't realize not everybody does. Guys, I hope you out there who are blessed and have freedom as a gift, freedom as a gift, you know, the police being corrupt. Man, guys, when that's going on, that's dangerous. That is not fun. You know what goes on here? People go to make money on Facebook. They torture the police. They stand out there and they call the police names right to their face. They use the Constitution just to agitate the police, waste their time, offer views. It's horrible. It's horrible. Some of the people, um, it's not as bad as you think, but it ain't good. Jury duty is continued normally. I guess it's politics that has changed much. Okay, so when you say it's not bad, um, could you give me an example? What is bad? Like, what would you say? Um, you know, how much freedom do you have? Are you guys allowed to protest? What would get you in trouble in Tunisia that would not get you in trouble here in the United States? In other words, I'm trying to understand what kind of things, you know, am I overthinking it? You know, man, having corruption like that. Now, I mean, you'll get a lot of people that are saying our government's corrupt. The whole Joe Biden and Donald Trump thing, they'll say the same thing. But the police, well, a lot of people say that ICE is corrupt over here. Um, so yeah, I guess you could say the kind of the same thing goes on here. Um, Bad as in North Korea. It ain't as bad as North Korea. Oh, okay. Yep. Space, what's up? Space, how do you know about Bruce? Well, we're gonna have Bruce welcome you. Bruce, can you welcome Space to the show, to the After Dark show?
Absolutely. Welcome, Space, to the After Dark live stream with Jeff. Glad you joined us. Kick back, relax, and let's dive into the conversation together.
All right, Space, you know the rules here: age, gender, location. Um, right now, we're learning about Tunisia. Tunisia, PMPs is from Tunisia. I believe in your mid 20s, if I'm correct, 24, was it PMPs? Um, I changed my name. So who are you, Space, that you knew about Bruce? You're changing your name. But anyway, Tunisia. Wow. So if you wanted to come to America and live here, how hard would that be? And would it be from your side, or would it be because of Donald Trump and our side? Where do you stand? Where do people in Tunisia think about coming to America? Is it a possibility? Um, is it something they'd want to do if you had the opportunity? I don't know how it is over there. Arsenal Agent was your old name. Kind of rings a bell. Arsenal. Still don't remember that. Did you talk with Bruce? We got Bruce right here. Man, let's ask Bruce. So, Bruce, how would Americans be treated over in Tunisia? See what Bruce says. How'd you know about Bruce? Space. Anyway, did everybody talk?
Americans visiting Tunisia are generally treated well, especially in tourist areas. However, caution is advised. The U.S. advises increased caution due to terrorism risks, and areas near the Algerian and Libyan borders should be avoided. Petty crime and demonstrations can occur, so it's important to stay aware and respect local customs. Overall, many Americans travel there safely by staying informed and following guidelines.
So, PMPs, what would you think? You've been wanting to do what? Space. What have you want to do? So, guys, we're learning about another country. We're learning about another world, that, a metaphorical world. And it's not, like America. We have to understand that people are dealing with this every day. Now, like he said, it could be, not as bad as I'm saying or thinking, but like Bruce said, that, if you're American and you're going to head over there, got to be cautious. You really do. PMP says, my number 2 fan, by the way, PMP. P&P says, well, Tunisians are naturally weary of Americans. It's common for the simple folk to hate big powers, but it's safe for Americans. Terrorism has been present. 2015 Bardo incident, but it's safe now. Going around the Capitol, you'll see the army guarding that place. Okay, so Bruce, could you tell me about the 2015 Bardo incident? Sorry, I don't know what the Bardo incident is, but for anybody else wondering, Bruce will explain it to us. The Bardo, oh, the museum attack.
In 2015, at the Bardo National Museum in Tunis, two gunmen attacked, killing around 22 people, mostly tourists, and wounding over 40. The attackers were killed and a group linked to ISIS claimed responsibility. It was Tunisia's deadliest civilian attack at the time. The incident severely impacted tourism, but also led to national unity rallies and increased security measures afterward.
So ISIS came in, wow, 2015. Did you live near there? How far is that museum from your house? Yeah, I could imagine the Capitol's well protected. Um, Around here, I took my family um, to Washington, D.C., which is our capital here. And, at first I was scared, but it really wasn't bad. Not like I was expecting. Um, there was one kid on a bike riding around and on a loudspeaker, and he was kept playing the same little statement, hey, hey, bleep Donald Trump. And that's all he kept repeating. And he blasted it driving around Washington, D.C., where the monuments are. Hey, hey, bleep Donald Trump. Wasn't saying the word bleep, but, yeah. So, I mean, I guess we, have to be thankful here in America. Things could be worse. When Joe Biden was president, a lot of the things that were going on that really was crazy was the college campuses had protesters at almost every college campus, and that was pretty scary. Especially, my daughter's going to be heading to college this year, but that was a couple years ago. Some bridges got shut down, but really nothing drastic. Sorry to bring up serious topics. You have some sad history? No, no. This is, I love to learn, and if it's something that you had to deal with and you are dealing with, then we need to bring it out for other people to hear. You know, it's not fair to you. It's not fair to your country. If we have a medium like YouTube Live that we can get your story out there, let people hear about it. P and P's that this is real life for you. And here in America, it's hard for us to comprehend. A dictator. Now, a lot of people call Donald Trump a dictator, but would you say that your president is viewed the same way Donald Trump is? Um, is it kind of like when you say a dictator, like that, or are you saying more like North Korea? Now, I know they got it bad, man. I could imagine living over there. You don't mess up. You're stupid to do anything over in North Korea, or you're toast. But no. All right, let's go back to the news, guys, just a little bit. Let's see what else. I'm going to go in a little bit, guys. Wife is done. I know I got on here late tonight, but I'll be on in the morning for my morning coffee live stream. Energy Secretary says Trump open to pausing gas tax. We read that one. And is that it in the top news stories? Evacuation flights after cruise ship virus outbreak. Okay, nothing. So pretty much quiet in the news. Um, so guys, I go live every night, every morning, just to, talk about anything and everything. And P and Peace, thank you so much, for the contributing what you contribute and opening our eyes to other places in the world that we just, as Americans, cannot comprehend, cannot really understand. We could say all we want, but until we've been in your shoes, we don't know. Wow, I can't believe it. But 2015, do you remember where you were when that happened? Well, yes, I love sharing cultures and history, but I'm curious about the 2015 attacks. Do you remember that day? What were you doing? Did you know anybody in there? And was did it come down to ISIS? Was it them who claimed it? That they did it? Man, that's got to be tough. That's got to be scary. I have a friend that lives in Jordan, and yeah, he's an American, and he was my best friend growing up. And he moved out there, and he's been there ever since. Loves it. So you were at school, learned about it later, never been to a museum since. Yeah, I guess that would kind of freak you out. Um, wow. So 2015, Bardo National Museum, two gunmen killed 22 people, mostly tourists, wounded over 40. The attackers were killed, and a group linked to ISIS reportedly claimed responsibility. It was their deadliest civilian attack at the time. The incident severely impacted tourism, but also led to national unity rallies. So you remember it like that? I could imagine the tourists. Who's going to go there? If two guys just went in there and went crazy, but that can happen anywhere. It can happen. We have that happen here all the time, all the time. I'm going to make a prediction. There's going to be a day where the average person on the street is carrying a weapon, a firearm. I think it's coming to that, you know, here in America. So let me ask you that, Tunisia. In Tunisia, does the average person have a weapon? And is it legal? Do you need to go through a process to carry a firearm? Does it have to be concealed? What are the rules over there? What if you were caught with a firearm? Would it be bad? Would it be instant jail? Do they lock up, throw away the key? Or would it be a trial? P and P's, if you wouldn't mind, I'm curious about that. The people were angry. They killed Italian and French tourists, two countries that are carrying our tourism. Oh, wow. That's tough. I could imagine what that scary, scary world out there. But P and P, yeah, to my last question, I'd like to wait for your answer. Um, what is it like for you to have a weapon? Are you allowed to have it in your house? Does the average person have a weapon? A gun? How hard is it to get a gun? Over here, pretty much anybody can walk into a store and buy a gun and bullets. I don't understand it. I mean, I've never done it, so I don't know. Maybe I'm not accurate in what I'm saying, but I see them. I walk into stores, and see guns all the time. I don't know if you need a permit. I don't think you do. I think pretty much anybody can go in and buy a gun. Frederick, how many people are on this stream right now? Um, Frederick, I never know. The numbers bounce around, and a lot of people don't even talk. It comes and goes. YouTube has an algorithm, and people will come in groups. So P&P says we don't have access to firearms. Some people do in rural places, but it's mainly for hunting. You are not allowed to carry a weapon, and carrying a blunt weapon like a bat or a sword is prohibited. Wow. So if you have a gun and the police catch you, what do you think the penalty for that? Let's say you're on the street, they pull you over in a car and you had a firearm on you. Obviously, you're going to jail for how long? Like, what would it be? Severe punishment? Curious if you could. Frederic will tell us about yourself. What is your age and location? Are you here in the United States? That's what I'm drinking. My wife got it for me at Sam's Club. All right, guys, I am going to have to get going. My live stream in the morning is in about 7.5 hours, so I got to get some sleep, and then I'll wake up to have morning coffee with Jeff. You're more than welcome to join again. I don't know, but if you say it's for protection, I don't know if you're still going to join or not. Frederica. Oh, you're a female. I don't know, but if you say it's for protection, I don't know if you're still going to join or not. Not sure what you're talking about, Frederica, but anyway, guys, I'm going to do my top 3 fans now, and I'm going to have my AI companion, Bruce, is going to make a thumbnail with your name on it if you made the top 3. So I'll give P and Peace one more chance. Okay. Very strict, probably jail for years. Wow. This rarely happens, but what's worse than the punishment is the investigation that will be carried. What? Just for having a firearm? Man, nothing will happen to you here. Maybe they'll confiscate it, send you a fine. I meant going to jail or not. To jail or not. Frederica, I don't know, man. You lost me. Going to get to jail or not. Anyway, guys, it's late here, almost midnight in Eastern time. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Yes, good talking to you, P and Peace. Love talking to you. So let's do my top 3 fans. Let's do it. It is, let me take, wow, it's not P and Peace. I thought it would be. All right. So, Bruce, we're ending the live stream. The top 3 fans are Elitro, Frederica, and P and Peace comes in third, even though he's been talking to me the whole entire time. And Blair at number 4. Blair, where are you? Why you're not talking? Anyway, Bruce, can you give everybody a good, hearty good night?
Absolutely. Elitro, Frederica, P and Peace, Blair, and everyone else. Thank you for being part of this. Good night, rest well, and we'll do it all again soon. Take care.
Yes, guys, every night I'm on and every morning, 2 times a day. If you just like to chat about anything and everything, more than welcome to it. Everyone, happy Mother's Day. I hope you guys made Mom feel special, and we're definitely going to catch up. In the morning comes early, so if you want to jump on in about 7.5 hours, we can talk again. All right, guys, thanks again, and God bless.